You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area. To upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
Show off your weather photos using hashtag #ShareYourWeather.
I know this is a little bit mesmerizing, watching a radar scan the environment for potential severe weather. Let's dive right in and look at a hypothetical situation, and I'm going to talk about some of the drawbacks using radar. So we've switched it over to velocity. Watch the scan come through right overhead. That's the hint. We need to know what's going on in the lowest levels of the atmosphere. You guessed it. That's where the storm spotter, storm chaser comes into play. A very dangerous job. You need a lot of training. There's a lot at stake when you're tracking the lowest levels of the atmosphere. It can be incredibly dangerous, but that job is really paramount in helping meteorologists figure out what is going on. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a quiz here. Where do you think the radar beam's extent is in this storm? How low does it go? What are we uncovering? Well, the radar generally samples the highest parts of a storm. It shows that rotation aloft, but that storm spotter on the ground can relay really vital information to meteorologists and emergency management officials if a tornado situation, a tornado emergency, for example, is ongoing. So they're a vital part of the weather community. Really respect the storm spotter.
Welcome back to our active weather forecast. A series of severe warned thunderstorms along a line is what is expected throughout southern Ontario's Tuesday afternoon and evening hours. I'm going to highlight areas in through Quebec South and eastern Ontario where we have some severe systems pushing into the Ottawa Valley. These are moving in an eastward direction quite rapidly, but packing with them some pea-sized hail and extremely strong winds. You can see along the line, this bow shape, that is a characteristic of extreme straight line winds. We have seen reports of wind damage along this line as it's pushing into eastern Ontario. And be aware, embedded in these systems, we are experiencing areas of rotation that's headed towards Perth, Smith Falls at this time. So it's going to be a day you're going to want to keep your app handy. Watches and warnings are following from Barrie all the way into the Ottawa Valley. So definitely dangerous situation ahead in southern Ontario. Here's some of the damages we saw in through Parry Sound. We are seeing uprooting of trees and property damage. So keep your app handy if you're in these orange highlighted regions. We could also see some tornadoes popping up as we get into our evening hours in through the Maritimes. Here is what you can expect. And then over in the west, some severe storms headed your way later this afternoon.
I